Hey, how's it going? Long time no see. How you been? Good? Hope so. So just gonna give you guys a little update on everything that's been happening on my end this year, I guess, basically, since my last video. I'm not exactly sure when I uploaded last. And the reason why we're recording here at my dining room table is because I want to show you guys my shop, which is actually what this whole video is going to be about. But 2020 has been kind of crazy overall. I won't go into it all in all, but long story short, I'm not doing oil field work anymore. I have a more normal job doing construction work, and that's going to allow me to have more time to do videos like this, and it's also allowed me to get my shop to where it is. Now, if you guys remember what it was before, basically just studs. I had the mezzanine that I put in. We had one row of lights and the one sketchy set of lights hanging off the one side. Lots changed in there. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. It's functional. I can work in there. Hopefully I'll be getting some heat in there shortly, other than the forge or my foundry, or where I melt metal. So there's that. We got some other things that have changed, but through the trick of video magic, I'll take you guys out there, and it'll only be a moment or two. So sit tight and get ready. Alright. It's a little warmer in here now, at least. So what we're gonna do is the platforms that I showed you guys earlier, and sorry about the echo, it's just kind of something I'm gonna have to deal with for a little while. But platforms I showed you are gonna come up here, and they're gonna be a workbench. Problem is, when I ran the electrical, I was a bit of an idiot, and I have the electrical running here, which is right about where I actually want my bench to be. And the reason why that's an issue is because I put metal plates in here so I don't accidentally screw into my electrical lines. So what I'm going to end up having to do is I'm going to take some 2x4s. Let me grab a couple here. Take some 2x4s, something like that. And those are going to have to go on the wall. And then that platform's, or the bench is going to rest down on here and get secured by this to the wall. This will get secured to the platform, and then this will be secured to the other piece that's going to be secured to the wall. Hopefully that all makes sense. Another thing is I'm thinking I'm going to run 4 of them to each 8-foot section. So every 2 feet, hopefully, we'll see where the studs line out at. Got my stud finder. Found one. I already see a problem with white walls. It's gonna get stained real easy, but I'll be able to see everything's painted, so it should wash off. So right here is gonna be a starting point. Yes, I realize that's about 3 inches wide, but that's because there's 2 2x6s right next to each other. So that's why it's 3 inches wide. So we're gonna have our first one be right here in the corner, and then we're gonna have another one coming over about here. And then we're gonna have another one in here, and then the last one will be about here. And that'll be the first marking spot for our bench. But we're gonna go up top, and we're gonna cut ourselves some dead tree carcass and get those hung on there. Alright, so the burner's running again, or the bullet heater back there in the corners, it's turned on, so I apologize. But what I'm doing here You see I got these screws here, and I got this post marked right there. And that mark's gonna be on the bottom of here, and this is just gonna act as a temporary support because this bench is heavy. It's 3/4 inch plywood with 2x4s and screws and glue. Yeah, there's no such thing as overbuilt in my opinion. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna secure this to this, and since I'm a one-man band, I'm gonna try and get this into place and not break anything. Fingers crossed, as best as they can be with gloves on. This is not proper lifting technique. This is exactly what you're not supposed to do. Woo! Well, if we loosen those boards up a little bit and hopefully not die. Far. Right. It's mostly built. Shall we do a load test? Yay, you guys are on it. First thing on the bench, how do you feel? Alright, so now we got another 4x4 post up top. I need to see what sort of height I got. So we're gonna go, be smart about this. I actually need to go down a little bit. So we're going to cut this post at 43 and do 43 1/4. I'll go cut that post and I'll be right back and we'll get this bad boy in place. This post up. So we got half the bench up, but now I'm running into the problem that the fact of the matter is there's not another, I don't have another post. It's gonna be big enough for our third leg down out here area. So I'm gonna continue on with doing the same thing on the wall, and then once that gets taken care of, I'll figure something out and I'll bring you back to it. So here we are back. In lieu of a much better option, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cripple these two 4x4s together, and then we're gonna use that as our end post out there. So I'm gonna screw this together, we're gonna get it in there. I'm gonna make these clips for the last part of the video pretty short because my battery's dying, and I really need to get another one of those. So I'm gonna get this, and then I'm gonna get that in place and mount it up, and then I'll bring you guys back at the very end so you can see it all. I apologize. Alrighty, she's all together. Woohoo! Yeah! It ain't perfect, but that'll work. And with that, the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little cut. I'm gonna make me a shelf right here for some reading material. More dead tree carcass, but with ink on it, so it's a little more special. But yeah, hope you guys like the new shop. I hope you like this video. Stay tuned. There's hopefully gonna be a lot more coming because I got more free time and I'm not working 100+ hours a week. Check you next time.